but definitely the support is lacking for new moms. And I read something that said that there's no woman who is lonelier than a new mom in this age. Yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's the 24th day of June. It's Lifestyle Thursday, where we have the fourth and final part or series that we've been doing with Zia. I have two things from that. Number one, how did you learn to pray? Was it about your mom? You know, me and moms and praying, and then do you get to learn to pray yourself? And then my second question has gone. But first tell me about prayer and that like anchoring of yourself in prayer.
Well, I grew up in a Christian home. My mom is very prayerful, very prayerful, and we thank God for moms.
Yeah, moms, I'm telling you, they're to be celebrated and loved.
Yeah. So my mom was very prayerful. I remember we used to go to church together. She used to take me for her prayer meetings. She kind of has taught me how to pray, but a lot of it is just my own personal journey as a Christian. I'm in a Bible study. So through that, I've just learned how to pray, and I've grown a lot more since I got my son, because now I have more conviction and more, I guess, worries. Let me say worries, for him. So that's been, I guess, the journey of motherhood has evolved me into the woman I am. Wow. And I guess that's why mothers are prayerful, because
you see now, do you understand us now? You under these people, they're always praying. Yes.
I know, you have to.
Your mom had 5, I have 1. You know, it's like, and sometimes Althea will tell me, you know, mom, stop worrying. I'm like, no, that's my job description. My job description is to worry, to pray, to think about what has not been thought about. That is what I do, because once you brought somebody into the world, there's a compassion and a desire to protect that person, that bundle of joy in ways that you cannot imagine.
You can't imagine, So it's been beautiful. It's been amazing growing to the person I'm becoming, and also just listening to God. That's the key, because with COVID times, it's been so uncertain. Many people have lost their jobs. I sell clothes, and one of the things that maybe I was worried about last year is I'm selling clothes for people to go wear, you know. We've gone to lockdown like 3 times now, and it's scary because you want to provide for your kid, you want to take him to the best schools, so you just have to trust God. Imagine you just have to trust God.
That is so true. And I was going to say, I think that's what came back, is that, you know, also you have to trust that process, you know, because, and enjoy it. Because one thing is that children grow up very quickly. And you've got to enjoy every moment. So these milestones are not coming back again. So really enjoy that process. Wow, Zia, I've loved talking to you. Let me see if I've left anything out before I'm asked, what did you say? What did you not say? Wow. Maybe this is another one. Do you think that new mothers have adequate amount of support in our society today? That's a very important question. Because before, it used to be the whole village raises the child. And these days, you know, we're sort of locked up in our apartments, in our communities, in our own lives. That, do you think that you have maybe for you, but also do you think in society in general, do young mothers have enough support?
I really don't think we do. It's not like the olden days where you're raised by the village, you know your neighbors, you're close to your family. Many people live away from their families. But personally, I've had the privilege of having my sister around, so we've really worked on keeping our family close and our kids growing up together. But definitely the support is lacking for new moms. And I read something that said that there's no woman who is lonelier than a new mom in this age. Because there's no family structure and there's no neighborhood structure. Very few people know their neighbors and have somebody who they can call and be like, hey, I need to go here, please take care of my kid. It's very hard, but I pray we'll go back into that.
And then maybe system. You can, and you know, every time I hear something like that, I think then maybe it's also on us to sort of make it happen, to ask, you know, because sometimes if you're in your house and I don't know that you need help, then I'm not going to know that you need help. But I think sometimes you can reach out, you know, and just ask somebody to come over or to help, or even create a routine, because that's why sometimes I also feel for single mothers, because I remember when Althea's dad would come home, the first thing I do is give him the baby and walk away. Like, I don't even want to know, and just get that time for 2 or 3 hours just to reflect, to relax, and to be away from the baby. Yeah,
so I guess you have to ask for help. You really have to ask for help. But as people, I think we also need to ask if you need help. To be compassionate, especially for new moms, first-time moms. It's totally scary, and you could sometimes feel like you're alone and maybe nobody understands, or you're failing, and that's a big thing with moms. So
I'm sorry, but I want to take you back to something that you said, because the other day I was watching an interview with Cece Winans, her mom and her daughter, and the daughter said something that when I thought I was coming for this interview today, although Althea was going to do it, I was like, that's a question I should ask, because she said, her daughter actually said that when she had her son, that she felt like herself. So I was like, is there a point where you don't feel like yourself?
Before becoming a mom, or?
When you become a mom?
Yes, initially. Personally, the first few months for me were really hard, because I didn't imagine what motherhood would be like. You know, you just imagine it will be fun, and you'll just be playing with your baby, and you'll understand each other, and you'll bond instantly. But it's quite demanding. It's demanding, and that's a side that maybe only moms can understand. So the first few months I did feel like I lost myself a little bit, but you just have to do it for a few months, and once you get yourself back, you're even able to be a better mom.
But I think what is important, and that's what is good in bringing it out, is to be aware. To be aware that when you have a child, that first of all, your body has been through something completely crazy. You know, carrying that child, it's beautiful. Giving birth is it's actually quite something that's very dangerous. It's not just
it's
we
a
give
lot.
birth. It's a lot. And then your body coming together, then there's this child that's feeding off you.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's a lot.
You're not sleeping, you don't even know what to eat, you know, you're healing wounds. It's a lot. So I think maybe what I can hear you say is that we also need to be very authentic and vulnerable, maybe in you know, like when we have the baby shower and all these things, just tell the expectations, because sometimes we feel like it's all, hallelujah, we're having a baby, but having a baby is hard work. It's a process. It takes a toll on your physical self, and I guess there's that thing of maybe not feeling yourself, and so we need to look out for that as well.
But I usually look at it as a sacrifice for just a short period of time. You lose yourself, and you gain a son or a child.
It's a sacrifice for a long time.
It's for a long time.
It's not a sacrifice for a short time.
They say it's a season.
We are still sacrificing. Some of us here who have over 25-year-olds. It's a season, yes, but it's a long season. It's a very long season, and there's a lot of sacrifice. We need another word for after sacrifice, but but I'm glad, and you know, sometimes we extend the compassion, but well done.
Thank you.
And you know, I'm just looking at you and thinking you're a young woman, you're a young mother, you're doing a business, you have a brand, you know. You're doing it all, and that's amazing, and the balance, and it's beautiful to see.
Thank you.
It's the first time I've ever met you, but well done.
Thank you.
And I think you've encouraged a lot of people. I think you've encouraged them. You definitely have. You've definitely encouraged them, and somebody has solutions and a way out. And thank you so much for coming on, Just Angie.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you and Althea can do another one. We'll see what you guys will do at a later date. But God bless you greatly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed that. Coming to the end of that season and series, and give us your feedback and your comments, and of course follow Zia Africa, buy your clothes from her, ask her questions, get the ebook. There was so much.
I know.
And be encouraged, and God bless you.